When is update 1.5? That has been the central question on a lot of people's minds this entire weekend, and it's been the topic of discussion for a while now, like for well over a week now, mainly because we were supposed to get Sakuna for the Jujutsu Kaisen update, and he never came. And then there were other things such as the devs accidentally leaking the boss event by putting it in the game too early. There was also that one dude who exploited to get like a picture and stats of Sakuna like in the game's code. So, you know, all of these blunders, one could say, really pushed the idea that we would be getting the update this weekend. Or if not this weekend, at least very, very soon in the near future. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video. Where is update 1.5? What do I think is going to be coming? We're also going to be discussing something that they posted in announcements, since it's somewhat relevant to the conversation. It has something to do with the update, I guess. So I guess we'll include it in there. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get right into the video. So update 1.5 is rumored to be the update where we get Sakuna, the second secret unit that was showcased in the trailer and was expected to release alongside Gojo when the update initially came out. I'll admit, I for one was a little bit disappointed that we didn't actually get Sakuna alongside Gojo when the update dropped. I know a lot of people shared a similar sentiment. It did kind of suck that you could get Gojo and then Yuji's literally in the game, but if you try to evolve him, it's just like, he's not in the game, and then you just can't do it. Sukuna's like little in-game icon for his character, as if you had it in your inventory. It's in the game, right? If you click the little inspect on the Shibuya, on the cursed fingers, I think it'll show you Sukuna's little avatar PNG. You know, the little square thing with the character showcased on it. Like, Sakuna is technically in the game. He's just not playable. His in-game model might be in the game already, for all we know. We can definitely see it, but we can't play with it, or use it, or earn it in any way, shape, or form. And a lot of people assume that the update would be this weekend. A lot of people in the Discord server, I'll put some messages up on the screen, they were super duper hyped. They were like, update is today. Guys, are y'all ready for the update? Yo, let's go. And to those people, all I can say is that they are delusional. Just straight up delusion to no end. Because I think you guys should know the drill by now. This game updates on a monthly basis if we're lucky. Like, if we're lucky, they're going to drop in a month. Sometimes it could take over a month. Maybe, you know, if we're really counting our blessings, they do it in under a month. Although I highly doubt that's going to happen. This game releases content on a pretty lengthy basis. Lengthy not in terms of how much stuff we get, but lengthy in terms of how long it takes for it to come into the game. Now, I will say update 1 did have a lot of content, jam-packed full of content. Was it 5 times the size of update 0.5? Now that I don't think so. Really don't think it was. But it was a good amount of content that held us over for a while. It's been a week or two since update 1's release, and people are already starting to get bored. At this point in the game, most people already have all the new units. Most people already have Gojo, Chozo, Todo, Itadori. Well, who else am I missing? Am I missing anyone? They have the new legendaries too. Inumaki, Nobara, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but what I'm trying to say is, at this point in the game, a good chunk of the player base has exhausted most of the things that they can do with this new update in terms of content. Obviously, there's always the argument for, oh, Anime Vanguards has infinite content because you can do all your achievements, and you can do Paragon, and you can grind leaderboards, you can do blah blah blah. Like, bro, I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for myself when I say that, like, doing menial tasks that take hours and hours and hours that get progressively harder, that is not content. I don't want to sit here and grind to Paragon level 84 just so I can get the chance of maybe getting the leaderboard unit. Broly, whatever his name is. Albeit, the leaderboard units are cool, especially the tournament ones. Mahito and Mekamaru are super duper badass and cool looking. I've made a video on Mekamaru and I tried him already. And I like the angle that they're going with for leaderboard units, not making them blatantly overpowered, and they're actually in some cases underpowered and more so serving as collector's items for really hardcore players that want to earn cool cosmetic items. Because their cosmetics are the main thing that carries them. Mahito's cosmetic is pretty cool. I think Mechamaru's cosmetic is better than Mahito's just because he spawns in 3 like robot dudes next to him. But they did reuse the exact same pose for both their cosmetics, which I thought was a little odd. Like if you look at the Mechamaru cosmetic and the Mahito cosmetic, it is the exact same thing. But it looks better on Mechamaru, so not Mechamaru. The pose that he does where he has both of his arms out and he's just like chilling there. That pose looks way better on Mahito than it does Mechamaru. So I'm assuming that was supposed to be his, and then they just like decided to use it again for Mechamaru because why not? It would be less work. But yeah, back to the topic at hand here. Update 0.5, not 1.5. When do I think it's going to come out? I think it'll come out in 2 weeks from now. That is my personal guesstimation. If we're lucky, it'll come out in 2 weeks from now. You know, there's always room for the D word, delays. That can always happen. Also, a lot of people have said, I see this argument come about a lot, where the developers told us that they doubled their dev team and they had a lot more people working on the game, so the fact that they're taking this long to bring us new content is absolutely egregious, and I don't know why this is the case. My answer to that, I'd say that probably most of the quote-unquote devs that they hired are not permanently working on the game as their full-time project. Like, we have devs like Picef, right? Their entire job is just to work on Anime Vanguards full-time. At least that's my understanding of the situation. They just focus on the back end, and they're working on the game daily. That is their job. I don't think Anime Vanguards hired a bunch of devs that work on their game daily as a full-time job. What I interpret it as, or not even interpret, they've like outright said it, a lot of the devs that they hired were commissioned devs, meaning that they're working on the game but only for like one specific task, and after they get paid, it's a one and done deal. Right? They're not gonna stick around to keep making assets and models and animations for the game unless they get paid again. And working with commissioned devs, I guess, causes a whole slew of other complications. Like maybe they just don't do the work on time. Maybe there's like a disconnect in the communication and a product comes out not the way that they wanted it for the end, like the end goal. It's a lot harder to work with commissioned devs than it is to work with people that are like on your team already working on the game. Now, I don't know who exactly does what on the development team, so I really wouldn't be able to point my finger and tell you, oh yeah, he animates, he scripts, he models, he codes. But at least from the Discord server, I think they have like maybe 10, 15 devs that work on the game full time. And I use the term dev with a grain of salt. It's kind of like an umbrella term here because there are people who code, script, plan, build. Like dev can mean a lot of things is what I'm trying to say. A lot of people hear the word dev and they just immediately assume it's scripting, but it kind of, you know, envelopes more jobs, or not more jobs, more roles than that is what I'm trying to say. But I guess in the case for Anime Vanguards, this is their full-time job. And it would make sense. This game makes so much money. You could like easily live off of Anime Vanguard's salary. You probably earn, I don't know, if it was yearly earnings, I don't know if they're making 6 figures per person that works on the team, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did with how popular this game is and the amount of money that people spend on this game. But yeah, update 1.5, like I'm gonna be realistic with y'all. The way that I always deal with these type of things, right? I have my expectations set as low as possible. The bar is in hell. The bar is as low as it can possibly be. Not because I dislike the game or don't have any faith in the development team. Not because I think the development team is lazy and they can't deliver. But I set my expectations as low as possible because if I do, then I'll never be disappointed. A lot of people in the Discord server, namely, really have high expectations for this game, and it's been like that straight out of the gate. And while I do think hype is something that's important to build up a game's reputation and popularity, it's also a bit of a double-edged sword because in Anime Vanguard's case, the community just like deadass starts rioting when there's a single delay, or if there's a shutdown, they have to lock down the chats because people want to code. Or when, we're in a situation like this, people are understandably upset that we have yet to get content that was supposed to be in the game. It was literally showcased in the trailer, so it's not outrageous to say that, oh, we should have gotten Sakuna on release. The fact that he's not here is a testament to the fact that he got delayed. It would be a stretch if people were expecting Sakuna when he wasn't in the trailer, but they outright showcase Sakuna as one of their release units for the Jujutsu Kaisen update, just for him to never come. So at that point, they kind of shot themselves in the foot there. Now they're like, oh, no Sakuna, huh? It's been 2 weeks and we still don't have the singular unit that we've been waiting for in that trailer. I can see where the people are coming from. From a development standpoint, I don't know how hard it is to make Sakuna. But what I can say is that some dude hacked and literally leaked his moves. Some of his moves. And, a picture of him, I guess. It was all over TikTok. If you haven't seen it by now, then, that's tough luck. I'm not going to show it here. It's not allowed. But I can tell you about it, and I will tell you that some dude exploited. He probably got in trouble, because at least from what I know, owners of this game take leaks very, very seriously. At least from the way that they run things, you can tell that they like keeping their operations pretty under wraps. I wouldn't be surprised if they make the testers sign NDAs, just so they know they're not going to get any leaks from the testers. But yeah, I think that wraps up everything that I wanted to say for this video. We'll do our little closing thoughts, a little recap here. When do I think update 1.5 is coming out? 2 weeks from now, best case scenario, worst case scenario, even longer than that. But I for one am definitely feeling a little bit of a, I'm feeling that dry season again. Most of the things that I could do in this game, starting to exhaust those options a little bit. Obviously, I still have a list of video ideas in the pipeline because, the daily uploads aren't going to stop. And I can obviously stretch out content by just picking a random topic and talking about it for 15 minutes. That's not a hard thing to do. But yeah, when is the update coming out? 2 weeks from now. Everyone is disappointed that the update isn't out this week. My response to that is, what did you expect? You set yourself up for disappointment as soon as you started assuming things. And what do I personally think about Sakuna still not being in the game after 2 weeks? I am as indifferent as I could possibly be. I really don't care. He could come tomorrow. He could come next week. He could come next month. I really don't care. But I can definitely see the sentiment for being upset about the fact that he's not in the game after all this time. So, with all that being said, that's going to be it for me for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it till the end, thank you for watching. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and we'll catch you in the next one.